For these lessons in Slide, I'm going to start off by going through the equipment that I use for playing with Slide. I have this Eden cold tablet bottle here that in 1974, when Eden changed the cap to a childproof cap, they'd no longer fit on my finger. So I wrote to them and I asked them if I could buy any of the old stock they had, and they sent me a case of 144 of these. I'm down to about 3 of them left. I've given away most of them and I've broken a few. But of course they're available over the counter now at a typical music store. They're a nice light glass but with good friction so it grips the strings as you're playing Slide. So I like it over metal slides and I like it over most of the glass slides that are available today, although I do use another slide here. This one is a Jim Dunlap slide. It's a little bit longer than the Eden bottle, so I use that also. I typically use that on my ring finger. Sometimes I'll use the Eden bottle here on the pinky. It gives me the ability to play and then slide notes at the same time. Typically I use it on this finger. As far as the guitar setup, this is a Paul Reed Smith 22 fret CE. It's a bolt-on neck, so there's bolt-on back here. It does have a vibrato tailpiece and it has what they call the dragon pickups in it. No modifications of the guitar whatsoever other than the graphite saddles that I put in because the other saddles were breaking strings on me. And the action is set up very typical. It's about 4/64 here on the treble end of the 12th fret and about 6/64 here on the bass end on the 12th fret. The strings are Diodario 9 to 42. Nothing special about the guitar. I can play it fretted or slide, and it's all in the touch with the slide. So if you're playing Slide and you're actually moving the strings down and touching the frets, you're playing too hard. It just requires a very light touch. As far as the amplifier and the equipment, I just use whatever I typically use on an amplifier and whatever tone. As you can hear now, I'm playing with a very clean tone. I have a little bit of compression on it. That's typical that I always play with a little bit of compression on the guitar with a Boss compressor. And I'm plugged into the Tweed Champ amp that I just recently built. I also have plugged into it a Ibanez TS9 distortion, so I can play with some distortion. And I do like a relatively mellow tone on Slide. So I'll quite often use the neck pickup and I'll quite often roll off some of the tone. Although I have been known to play very bright. Also with Slide if you want a bright cutting sound. That's pretty much in standard tuning and some licks in open E tuning, also some licks in open A tuning and some of the different techniques that I use when playing in those tunings.